In Dragon Ball Super, Zamasu was a villain with a clear purpose. His goal was simple: to rid the multiverse of its mortals and gods alike and remain its sole divine figure. He attempted to accomplish this by taking over the body of Goku, thus becoming Goku Black, and traveling to the future Trunks timeline to team up with his alternate timeline counterpart. Together, these two Zamasus swept through the multiverse, killing all of the Supreme Kais, which in effect resulted in the deaths of every god of destruction. With their deaths, the angels were also taken out of play, and were unable to interfere in this conflict. It seemed like Zamasu's horrifying plan would come to fruition. That is, until he encountered future Trunks, and we all know how the story played out from there, as Goku and Vegeta joined the fight, which pushed Goku Black and Zamasu to fuse into one being, merge Zamasu. However, his physical body was eventually destroyed by Trunks, and his spirit, along with Trunks' timeline, were erased by Zeno. And there Zamasu and his Zero Mortals plan came to an end, and along with that, his character arc. Now let's imagine for a moment that Zamasu didn't fail in his mission, and rather succeeded. Let's say that Zamasu defeated Trunks, Goku, and Vegeta, and reigned supreme over the multiverse. What would Zamasu actually do if he were in this position? Well, I think that this is one of those what-ifs in Dragon Ball that is very interesting to think about. Now let's assume in this example that the angels never interfere, and that Zeno and the Grand Priest are off playing board games or whatever they do when they're off screen, so they won't interfere in anything either. In this example, it would give Zamasu free reign to do whatever he wants for pretty much forever. Now Zamasu could perhaps use this time to explore the natural world of the universe, walking on every planet and observing every type of plant and animal if he so decides to keep them alive. With that being said, forever is a very long time, longer than many care to really consider, and eventually he will run out of room to explore and activities to do. In the Dragon Ball world, new planets, stars, and life come into being through the hand of the Supreme Kais. The Supreme Kais literally provide the catalyst for creation of celestial bodies and life on each world, so there would be nothing new for Zamasu. However, Zamasu is in fact a Supreme Kai himself. He has the capability for creation. So would Zamasu in fact expand this hypothetical world that he reigns over? Would Zamasu, with his vast power, create new worlds with new life on them? As a Supreme Kai, he could potentially create new solar systems and over time even galaxies. This would transition Zamasu, who previously was concerned with destruction, to the role of a god of creation, the role that he was originally selected for by Gawasu. However, this raises another question, which is perhaps the biggest one of all, and that is, would Zamasu use this power to create mortals of his own? Now, the Zamasu that we knew was adamant in his hate for mortals, and obviously enough so to lead a multiversal crusade to destroy them all. However, this Zamasu will be alive forever, and forever is also a very long time to hold that kind of hatred, and that kind of ideal. This is all very reminiscent of Dr. Manhattan in Watchmen, a being who was basically omnipotent and had lost any real hope or care for humanity. However, he eventually came to a realization that there was value in life, and said that he would create some of his own. So perhaps Zamasu would eventually change his mind on the subject. Or another possibility is that because of his ego and arrogance, Zamasu would believe that he could create perfect mortals who only sought to serve him and live the way that he saw fit. However, I think that this would be the ultimate act of irony, as we see in every fictional world, as well as the real world, that no one is perfect, and these mortals would no doubt sin against Zamasu in the end. What Zamasu does after that point will truly determine what kind of supreme being he is. Now certainly, this is just one possibility of what could unfold, with another being that Zamasu just lets the universe decay into non-existence, with him being all that remains. But I'd like to think that Zamasu would try to explore every aspect of his newfound position, and do something with the eternity that Super Shenron granted him, or at least until Zeno starts paying attention. So what do you think would happen if Zamasu won? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video and want to see more, then make sure to stick around, because there's a lot more to come in the future. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and enable notifications so you can see all of my content right away when it comes out.
Yeah, Zamasu's infinite, immortal, everlasting gains might actually provide a challenge for me at 5 or 10%.